This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Andy, yeah, yes, Mrenny.
We started from Harvest.
Okay.
Club, then I agree with him.
Oh, sir.
And no
Match is our boy now. Win the best.
And Obi Ohe game be who said there was no way Liverpool number survival. Obi Ohe game be.
I see.
Tell me who Endo Wataru TV news na me busa them and say Obobo ni bi because Liverpool Newcastle was all over the place.
Yeah.
But you know, first of all, Kai Havertz.
Plus the captain, red card.
But yes. Kai Havertz. You normally on time to say Arsenal fans are descending heavily on coaches. One way or the other, they find a way to exploit their displeasure. One way or the other, catch as a Wenger say enough is enough, uncle. One way or the other, to the be by Emirates, best pleasure or displeasure on certain materials or moon and results are Emma in their favor. Last season, I brought Mulusu a league to Manchester City, no heavy. But a new money now because Omunim say Arsenal there is a team in progress. Into Omu did they say before the commencement of the season, no. Now Omuni did they say Omubeje. Into Mikel Arteta with that thin squad. Now what team they are bully Gababidi second, at least why are there. So you need to be given another chance. And I do normal man a chance to be no more cover player saba. Now first of all, a cover I can't have though. Metna I say the Arsenal in here team nimuno and the Kahabes because in the absence of a Granel Xhaka, their midfield is intact. They can still improvise and add certain materials within in the absence of a around here and the Kahabes. It is all of the Clara Seba. Now say, oh, Odegaard or a like for like. Ubetimi about the Clara as Thomas Partey as pivot. Now what Ja Odegaard move to flourish as a number 10. No, but Jumanesa. But he decided to go the Pep way and the new way of the Premier League, how they set up in their midfield. And so even Chelsea, I call myself class on the Romeo Laviabano. Almost I call the Pep way because Conor Gallagher and then Enzo Fernandez are two creative midfielders. No matter how you play them, whether centrally or in attacking areas, you're creative. Manchester United are playing Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes, double number 10. While Chelsea are playing double number 8. Now say, call a Newcastle United. Bruno Gomes, Joelinton, and then Sandro Tonali, and so a creative spark. It is the Pep way. It is Sana Mikel Arteta and so person O'Connell. And I'll cover Havertz by. Havertz from Bayern 04 Leverkusen, Edinburgh Chelsea, I never supported his coming to Chelsea. But about Chelsea with some few glimpses. Do you know be expect to obey on one team? Even at the German national team, he couldn't deliver. And also about Arsenal. The fact of the matter is that in the 3 games Arsenal won almost 7 points. You know, Arsenal are yet to be defeated.
Yeah.
But they are not impressive as we used to know. So against Nottingham Forest, first half they were dominant. In the second half, Abra, Taiwo Awuni, any Anthony Langa by an Arsenal and Timmy Mo game said you'll be anymore. In the second game against Crystal Palace, now man for crowd problem with the goal now. Odegaard ball penalty the channel. They thought that ball non was a foul. And it was a game, Obioche again would say a draw would have been a fair result. Now you watch Arsenal against Fulham, and again, in as much as Arsenal had 19 shots in the first half, after conceding a goal, they were not impressive. And you know they feel say, and more money impressive how they set up their midfield. Thomas Partey playing as a right back, you won't get the best out of Thomas Partey. Kai Havertz as your number 8, as your number 10 in a hybrid role, not the best of Kai Havertz. Into him and find more clearly Wabroso. So the best position for Kai Havertz in the Arsenal team, bench. Okay. But the coach feels he needs to play. And no time Fabio Vieira be free ball, and Fabio Vieira be change ball. Fabio Vieira changed everything. After the game, Mikel Arteta interviewed or say the guy has given him enough. Say games are be born also money boopy because or didn't buy any on funny movie. And clearly the guy was impressive. only a penalty in mom, and he changed everything within the Arsenal setup. It didn't get your starting games or say, not or the Leodro to Sadaba. I agree. Players in the dorsal, games in the dorsal, and you might not be use all the players. Sometimes you need to rotate, but you know, a player should earn his place within the setup. Carves was both top team, but he's not a top player. It is a all creative space in the Amana. You know, if Carves is a top player, and our band own who so that still our man and more chance, will be a better yes, but you know, per what Carves has showed, he just average. Into Urbano and team must give opportunity to others. You don't create role for certain people on the field of play. Into Arsenal for one of this pleasure now, man. Me know more baby Fako. Me for almost so. The guy is less impressive, and he should earn his place. He shouldn't be rewarded.
Okay.
The
first goal Arsenal conceded, Partey was at fault. I'm sure Andy KERM will disagree with me, but I wish I can call to prove a point to what I'm saying. If he disagrees, Isaac New Botiano Accra. Anyway,
first goal.
No?
Yes.
The first goal Arsenal conceded.
Bukayo Saka
Partey was at fault.
Bukayo Saka ni J-Bo nimba actually. And now, Omanti me control bon. Where are we they get it? Any? How do you blame Partey for this one? Do you know how do you blame Partey for this one?
You bet when you build up, no before Busaka. Okay.
Any. And
with my hair and son,
any. You know any.
Saka ball.
Any. How do you blame Partey for this? Why?
Build up na no anyhow. Yes, I'm sure you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sure you.
Okay. Any.
Zana ya home Bukayo Saka.
Saliba na diama. I think Ben White. Or Dan Hoba.
Yeah.
Or Pierre Bono diama. Yes. Bukayo Saka. You know how do you blame Partey for this? Why?
Okay.
So clearly,
all right.
Clearly,
I don't know. My who's a typing still. I'm so true.
How do you blame Partey for this?
Okay.
How do you blame Partey for this? Saka ball or pass no road.
All right. All type.
Okay. You can rather blame Bukayo Saka or the Ramsdale. Say born no mona anyadi. Emma born share.
Okay.
You can't blame Partey for this. In the Arsenal supporters, and I agree with them. But you know the reality is that out of the 9 points, Arsenal, it was 7 points.
Okay.
That is the fact of the matter.
All right.
Now,
Mamenjo we can crave enough here and so Arteta is a clear example of it's a clear example why some team owners in Ghana don't want to leave their player selection solely to coaches. Okay, in the name of tactical eye, you can't spoil his team for him and leave. Sergeant Sapon, Ghana Armed Forces, training under Doctrine Command, Tradoc, Teshi, anyway, about TRADOC. All right, Sergeant Sapon. All right, yeah, that's a Sergeant Ghana Armed Forces, training and Doctrine Command. Yeah, that's a for this message. Just so for na mohono enyina. Yeko we and so. Why is Arteta doing anything in his power to fix Kai Havertz in the Arsenal midfield and pushing Partey to the left back? Clifford, Dian Quanta, Mr. Council message, and the end was
okay. It's Genoa. That is it. Now on the Liverpool game, measure other games in Swaka and other stories combined. Do you know on the Liverpool game? So share game of course on not really. It was very difficult for a team, my friend in Liverpool. The first 10 minutes, it was Liverpool who was running the show. It was Liverpool who was running the show. Now the for team, my friend, Newcastle United clearly no moment for the intimate and settle here. Until who said clearly who said, you know. Not my friend Liverpool no were dominant and almost control proceedings no in the first 10 minutes. Now the how setting a team up no he realized that there are weaknesses within the Liverpool backline. And the plan was so simple. Make sure so be feed the ball now with Miguel Almiron and then Abrantia your friend Anthony Gordon. And no any planner or the area and it's all here. And tempana Anthony Gordon making sure that Trent Alexander-Arnold being a yellow card. he was a thorn in the flesh of the defense of Liverpool. No Muntimi Grano. And after that yellow card, you know, it was a second yellow card, no BS special or the Bema, but one farmer and a game the Tuaso. Inti, so okay, that pass from Salah, make no mistake from Anthony Gordon, and look at how he picked the ball. If you saw Bam, team of friend Newcastle United, in anyone was why Chelsea and other teams were after him. Brilliant goal, and on the ball at two at them. Then unfortunately for Liverpool, Enna, Abrantia, your friend, a year of Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
And so a red card. You know, for me, it was a perfect red card. Good decision from the referee.
Okay.
Because so share angles now. First one in United out to say no. Referee no so call her VR. Now Oba Besisa. But after watching the game from another angle, who say Obone night and a referee no Sentusha. Referee John Brooks and Nadia so of course so call her VR no. Liverpool contested it, but in all, it was a red card. So clearly, there was no way and now expecting Liverpool will bounce back. Newcastle controlled proceedings, they maintained possession, they created chances. And look at that ball from Miguel Amaron to Alisson Becker. In the house, won't be that. These were the saves from the better days of Ike Casillas, Gigi Buffon, and Peter Cech. Adrian van der Sar. A coin Miguel Amaron fast to pinball, a chest ball, and you know, look at the save from Alisson Becker. It was a top drawer. It was a world-class save. And Alisson this keep Liverpool into the game. Liverpool yet still Newcastle were in proceedings, creating space, creating chances, and Liverpool found themselves wanting. But in all there's one thing. Oh, Liverpool, resilience, maturity, experience. And I'm be sure in the second half. In all these proceedings now, make us a Newcastle now. I'm making sure say they will not concede a second goal. And Makase, in a defensive setup, you need your goalkeeper. And I want Alisson by.
Okay.
And look at the first goal from Darwin Núñez. From 80th minute, Liverpool try. Look at the first goal after that blunder from the centre back. Darwin Núñez make no mistake and should be on the ball not here. And for the second goal as well, make no mistake, you give it to the Uruguay international. We a gamer. Because Liverpool told Darwin Núñez from Liverpool, from Benfica, we a game to remember. Liverpool to me conjure miracles in European night. But you know, actually say that level of resilience, higher part of their team for a very long time. Almost say show character and experience again. It how actually why he can be a top coach. And Newcastle are telling us why they will struggle to be in the top four. Because losing against Manchester City and game no more control, no more BBR. But you know, no be can't attend us. How we to meet Eddie Howe and ask him why I will change Anthony Gordon. Because now Liverpool winning team in Takeno. Win team. And he has no business to change Joe Leighton as well. But that coach is long. 7 times against Jurgen Klopp, Eddie Howe went back. 12 times against Pep Guardiola when you draw back. It really tells you how you struggle to be a top coach. But give it to Liverpool, you know. Always show resilience, character, and experience. And for me, in the last 10 minutes, and so her time no toast no cry. Liverpool first actually tell more experience. How do you control the last 5 minutes? You give it to Liverpool. You know,
with 10 men.
Yes. And Newcastle ball boy, you know, look at the chance. Liverpool and you give it to them as well.
Oliver Holt, I say you hardly know whether to laugh or cry with United these days. Bruno Fernandes inspires 3-2 comeback win as a Nottingham Forest fumes. But Red Devils are a club stuck in limbo.
I agree.
Oliver Holt.
Who say we man use? It is how we man use supporter.
Yes.
Who say we niaje? Who say we
Yeah.
And who the direction of your team? You know, against Nottingham Forest, everybody thought it would have been an easy task for Manchester United. Obiabo Messi Mount to say, "Onona hear the problem of the midfield of team friend Manchester United because of Bayern. On team why in control midfield and from Man United. First 4 minutes, United were down by 2-0. You know, first 4 minutes. Now United FM and so Sheko consider first goal from the Nigerian. And I make say So Pesha said Nottingham Forest, he's the man to watch out for. Taiwo Awuni. You know, and a ball no share. Right for him, you can't call the chasing and no crutches on you serious. But you give it to him. And on Mubo Nana, it is all that fans and a bonus. I ran to the star no in a man coffin. Or yes, so Bono Jay in a man coffin. And in the second goal, look at the position of the United defenders and Sana Willy first goal, look at the pace at Rashford, the chasing player. So you give it to Taiwo Awuni, Nigeria 4 years 7 days. And you know, the second goal was from a corner kick, a poor defending corner kick from Manchester United. He almost played, so he said, "You almost see Sanson." Now, sure, be a ball, a track, Cocody, Willy Bolly. The ball was in the net. How would United survive? I'm better than Captain Bruno Fernandes. I inspire almost players on the field of play. But make no mistake. Yeah, who the and Steve Cooper man in Crawford cutting a after 2 goals. And when you give space to the likes of Rashford, Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, you give them time to think. And Obia, who Christian Eriksen make no mistake, equalized. Casemiro gave the second one, and that was a perfect free kick, a well-rehearsed free kick from Manchester United. You see the almost ball and look at the pass to Casemiro or the ball at 2 net. 2-2. For team friend Manchester United, making Old Trafford a very difficult grounds for 8 teams under Erik ten Hag. And you know, Danilo didn't hook right for that referee a penalty. For me, it was a very tough decision for me. I thought it wasn't a penalty in as much as I agree. Said Danilo and Hokano. I thought say it was minimal contact and intentionally no one just ordered no hoka a Abrantia your friend a Marcus Rashford. And I did know a penalty in the Barbeto, and he give it to Bruno Fernandes.
Okay, I'm on for a Canada or Dinka and new Anya Dream or Patin 7 on the critics are goal no Edema Newcastle no Yenti we also I think Party inverted so quickly in the build up. So there was a hole created for the guy to score the goal. One the way by. I'm sure we so warrant officer class 1. Sir Francis, as a boss, good morning. I agree it was Partey's fault because he abandoned his position while the team was progressing. And the space he created behind was the same place the opponent used to score that goal. Technically, it was his fault. Warrant officer class 1, Sir Francis. Anyway, officer, I salute Michel Pa on the soldiers now. So what is on okay can on a ye critics are hold no behind and the mass our problem in an echo by it didn't pass out Bukayo Saka come my Nabibia on the critics are hold
you know you're born with TV in almost drew a baby as a pass and almost am I.
Another one, I see a friend of Kuzi Royal, BBNE. Partey vacated his position at the right back while the ball was still in Arsenal's half. That led to the goal. That's what the texter is saying. And why is he blaming Partey?
You know,
and why he is blaming Partey?
Born no TV so. The position of Partey when you invert Abba midfield. So we have on TV. Partey invert Abba midfield. Partey is behind Abrantia, your friend Andres Pereira. So what's your central midfield? Or Partey is Andres Pereira. Into how we invert it. So clearly, in a build-up, when Arsenal is in control. So I agree the position is wrong. But how do you blame Partey? Saka the crab on. Or my pass the Aqua or my Ben White.
Also, Partey abandoned the position.
You know, I have no problem with that.
Partey is a right back who. So was he okay? Pearl in the way free Kaswa, bro.
Okay.
Almost just on the giant position.
Still, I'm explaining the rule of Partey. This is the rule of Partey. He is playing as an inverted right back. Inverted right back, what you want to say? So team no is in possession. Who free baby who didn't ever become fin for now. That is the work of an inverted fullback. Arsenal is in possession, so the position of Partey is not wrong in terms of the role that has been given to him.
Okay.
Arsenal the crab on and it is Bukayo Saka. So Arsenal crab on the DR. Then Partey should be at the middle for control and dominance.
Okay.
Until I don't know my Partey won't fin. Now again, the children say say you could ball on the dia, Partey will move to the midfield and Ben White will move to the right side of the defense.
Okay.
Into the position player now Obabejina Ben White or Obabejina Saka enimuno. Or no only role when Arsenal is in possession is to make sure he cover that space of Thomas Partey.
Okay.
And Partey should move to the midfield. So Partey yeni role ni in this particular game because Arsenal is in possession.
Yeah.
Bukayo Saka ma pass, not when Timmy ma pass na ni pass. How do you blame Partey for that?
Arsenal was in possession and definitely Partey will be inverted to the midfield. They were not defending.
Exactly.
Clifford,
that is the role of an inverted fullback.
Okay.
It will share team Bia almost inverted fullback. Team new possession. Inverted fullback on the bar midfield. We saw that in Zinchenko Manchester City. We saw that in Danilo for the Brazilian national team at the World Cup. And that is the role of Thomas Partey. Into warrant officer class 1. Say Arsenal ekura baller a brave pia obemu Partey will fin. But Omulusu ball now he need to run to the right back. Okay. That is the rule of an inverted fullback.
All right. Salaman Fonti omo ase but entimi kaso obi abeti ase sa.
A tactical plan.
Yes.
And a tactical plan. A pure coaching.
Okay.
It's the essence you want.
Okay.
The coaches might be wrong. They can't always be right.
All right.
But that is philosophical.
After they considered the goal, Partey always stayed in place for Ben White anytime Ben progressed the ball. Check the 8th minute, the 9th minute. Check the 8th minute, the 9th minute. Partey sent a throw in and check the position of Ben White and Partey before the throw in. Check the 11th minute, the 15th minute, and the 30th minute. Partey stayed in place for Ben and was urging Ben to progress the ball when Ben wanted to pass. My point is, before Saka gave away the ball, Partey should have stayed. He would have defended and they wouldn't have conceded that goal. I've explained better for Andy and given him minutes. Please, let him check, okay? So, if we Isaac or new Botiano anyway, but interesting. An inverted midfield abandons his position and go into midfield when his team is in possession in the other half of the opponent, not when they are under pressure in their own half. Partey abandoned his position when Arsenal hadn't progressed the ball from their half, and I think he was at fault. Sir Maxwell, Edwin Free, Abesiwa, and Abraham. Wow. Coaches near there. I'm for a ball. Yeah, pa. It is also. Me feel I'm for contributions near the. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying interest. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, you know. So that was it for Manchester United. Indeed, we are Man U fan. You know, opposition pa yes, a team na ye. Peja, enko go to be the position of Manchester United.
Andy just explained everything I wanted to say. All those saying it was Partey's fault, don't you understand inverted right back? John Edwifre Adenta and Abre. John Adenta.
But
Andy just explained everything I just wanted to say. All those saying it was Partey's fault, don't you understand inverted right back? I'm not for him ball. He move out.
Do you know my
right back? And going say him right back. All inverted right back. Wow! I'm not for him football. Papa.
You know, I'm so happy. Say people follow the game closely.
Yes.
People also read about the game and how these rules are formed.
Yeah.
But in all, a pure coaching and pure philosophy.
Okay.
And see if you want to follow the game closely, now you know I want to say the game in the same.
Okay. My Andy KERM guy has made everything very clear now. Arsenal was in possession, so how do you expect Partey to be static? He can never be blamed for that goal. Sikapa, Methodist Hospital, Eburasu.
You know, United supporter, who your position now.
Okay.
But the reality is that after the 2 goals, you saw the United team now open.
Yeah.
The comeback. That never say that spirit to make sure the grounds will be fortress in 30 games under Eric Ten Hag will be in Manchester United or Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Then you can a team friend Nottingham Forest will be in some best. But you know, after 2 goals down and you come back to see your players are what criticize you because the last 2 games for Manchester United they were outposts in midfield against Wolves, they were outwitted in midfield against Tottenham Hotspur. And you have your 3 midfielders scoring. say they are back and they are back to the fold. But there are certain decisions everything had also making sure say the Northern and Abbasi firm no take it within the United team. Sheffield United no more stubborn, against Manchester City. Now show our team now. Share obi to say John Edgar. Ofa obi to say Jack Robinson. Now share Abedovic. 3 back no mudna, a mid full of Norwood, Victor Souza. Clearly someone defended to be 5 back. Manchester City a hell of a time. And the opposition on the Manchester City. What you cry now say Sheffield United na boss game now. Ellen Holland missing from a penalty spot. And before Omobabe take Babinya that goal to make sure say Omobetimi stay in the game and to make sure say Sheffield United entity and cost any asset against the best team in Europe, Manchester City. The Sheffield United team look organized and they looked compact.
Okay.
But look at how Rodri or Tashi Goose will be from nowhere. Games a more than now on the game changing moment, and Rodri from nowhere by Manchester City by 2 goals to 1. And make sure say they will maintain their 100% a lead, in the Premier League.
They're the only club, eh?
Yes.
3 maximum points.
Yes. And that is it for Manchester City. But what? Two teams are born more money in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And now I share West Ham game. Now I was happy for Kudus. Who said I said, oh, good team. Not team no almost when it comes with pressure.
Okay.
But again, and for pressure, Emma also. The first pressure is that so once your opportunities are about, you should make sure they win.
Okay.
The second pressure is that Chelsea players no more now no compete no be upon home again. Into or so But the third thing is to make sure that the few opportunity that Beba on so be make it good something out of it.
Yeah.
And West Ham United in their last 3 games they are yet to be defeated. Scoring 3 against Chelsea, scoring 3 against Brighton. No, I think I could do to choose Brighton over West Ham United. But look at West Ham after they struggled last season. I will be asking David Moyes as a no good coach. They are back. It's early days yet, but they've been outstanding in their last 3 games, and you give it to them.
Can Professor Newton do a presentation on how Kudus will fit into the West Ham team? Ebenezer Sokode in the Volta region, the way Bray. Yeah, sure, Newton, the Tmabelandia na enche onoso ebeba na de okunyina or the Abremo Mediema ebe feminine kakra so the kadiga katrebo. Mediema omo and Remo Stars are free Nigeria. First leg about so Cape Coast Stadium Kuchadote Besrema the Newton FM or boy ye papa technical team almost signed the Nigeria. Man boy Mediema it must sail you through. It's no baba na the course be a sensema call hobiano and also the brain. Into area so with me at the Kudus at me akanwa. Man City and Liverpool showed character, and one of them will win the Premiership. With that same character, unlike us now, who couldn't show that character with 11 against 10. Barcelona also showed character, same character yesterday, and the observance and the absence of Benzema, Vinicius Jr., Courtois, and Militao will help Barca win the league with ease because they aren't free scoring like Barcelona. Ababio Michael Neymar.
Michael Ababio no Barcelona born no baby. Now was it this Barcelona team the Barca team is trapped and uninspired. Omo born share and the one game Libya we talking about Yamil Yamal, a 16-year-old conjoining magic at the Sarameka. And no team battled at the back. And he was a thorn in the flesh. He was all over the place for Barcelona. Or Jibona who's a Villarreal defense and a hope. And the introduction of Ferran Torres added a lot to the Barcelona team. Lewandowski, he's a pale shadow of himself. Or added up to numbers within the Barcelona team. This is the boy. This is the new kid on the block. And all show up quality for team a friend FC Barcelona.
Okay.
And after goes down, Tom take it 2 goals lead. And a Villarreal Babette team and share 3-2 before Barca came back. Omo equalize the share. Obia beka brand akra na Monday born ne di ochire de no park no so.
Yeah.
But the bia who were Barcelona fan was the bia give it to the goalkeeper. Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He was the reason why Barcelona won yesterday. It was him and Villarreal in the first half.
Yeah.
Onunkuane Villarreal team in the first half. But so a lot of options in attack like Barcelona. You expect so be changes our game say. And this is a goal from Frankie de Jong.
Okay.
Well placed and I know ultimate air ball no etim etum. In Tibasa in the second half agreed they showed character. And Obia will follow Barcelona any Villarreal game yeah. Yes game you see an American. We see no matter how Villarreal will play, Barca will beat them. Two teams in the Spanish La Liga, Omni Barca share. Barca bread in some be maintaining possession, but you know Barca always find a way to secure the 3 points. Villarreal and Real Betis. Inti Enra Yamil Yamal and for Morocco for no be econo, but so was there be I should go to Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Come on, you only be talking about the goal scorers, but you know ter Stegen has been the man for Barcelona for a very long time. But on your praises now, you deserve no. Inti Enra Barca ya there, but give it to Marc-Andre ter Stegen in post.
Partey did not do anything wrong. How will they progress if most of the Arsenal players don't move along with the ball? Modern football is about give and take, and then to your opponent's box we every chamber, justice we every chamber, and so a brain. Maminko a takrade Ben Sola, and so we a brain. Young Kosun Tentem Ben Sola, the way free takrade, or say, football these days are played with roles being assigned to every player. The Arsenal team plays 3 back whenever they are in possession. That's why Ben White always moves to the far right of the defensive setup, whilst Partey moves to the central midfield. So Partey's position, as at when Saka gave the faulty pass, was right. Ben Sola and anyway Abba. Coaches. Okay. Until and I want to know if those blaming Partey are Ghanaians because hey, why not Saka? This Barcelona team looks like a second division team, and their defensive was very poor yesterday. Do I encounter Clifford information be my view? Okay. Okay, Yantuaso. But I'm sure we Kane loving the chemistry at Bayern Munich with my grandma.
That is obvious. You know.
Kane loving the chemistry.
That is obvious. You know. Yeah. Harry Kane announces his presence week in, week out, show you why he's a big boy, show you why Bayern chase him, paying that amount of money for him. The highlight of Bayern Munich game, and clearly, you know, a cool chop for the first goal, and that is Harry Kane for you. Penalty in the bar, the Biam can say. In England for a very weaker. I'm surprised he missed that penalty against France at the World Cup. That is Harry Kane. And you know, I say, oh, you're a big boy. Not a big team best. I know. I say, I don't know, so moon. Anytime be a Udina Park, no, so be a BB say, oh, you're big. And if you look at him, and then Abranti, I felt Leroy Senior, overcast on you know, Mabo na check. You know, the understanding, the way they move, the way they interchange play, and how they combined within the Bayern team, no. Say Harry Kane a new player within the setup. He's really showing why Bayern spends so much money for him, and for me, he deserves it. So both side games and not difficult games. Obiabe expecting against the big clubs, Leipzig, Team Efreno, Dortmund. Obiabe heard the Harry Kane at the beba, but you know we and the confidence never. We na at the pressure never fem until Obia back up to Jesse Obia Bapaka. No about Niaka say Harry Kane and Eba. The Kane is riding, clearly riding in the Bundesliga, and you know, meaning so Bayer Niama Bruce at the Amati my friend Bayern Munich. A similar and so Tommy
Accra and yes, our correction we Mammy Fam. I'm saying Dina and I'm born. We can't so good. I say Sokode. Okay, Ben me that's Accra. Sokode Ufruana who. I'm told Ufruana who. The pronunciation is Sokode. That's it. All right. Mammy, you.
Do you know, baby, I know baby Bejo, Chelsea boys no more easy Milan Jumo more bono. And yet, Ketwa. AC Milan are just fine team now with these inclusions.
Yeah.
Now share the first goal nearby. Look at how Loftus-Cheek combined with Christian Pulisic. And the Milan team, no, you know, this is Loftus-Cheek and this is Arantia, a friend, a Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
First goal, no, my team, a friend, AC Milan. Olivier Giroud second, third. Clearly, the Chelsea guys are combining. Now, they are quite one Milan team who are no more what he say also very careful. So, I'm not trammet for the no more bar. Players no more behind Olivier Giroud, no, deadly. Rafael Leao, Christian Pulisic, and even this one, no more bar. The role of Madiamalu to chicken is move to the right. Move to the right. And the second half, Samuel Chukwueze by and was fire for the Milan side. And after almost a first goal, equalize, no money said Toruno phone him so obey me about back. But you know, to me, Milan Treo, they almost they are back to the table this time and almost spending skaka crabby in the market. But the kind of performance that you know, Munyano, a performance is ready. You give it to Stefano Pioli and then the guys for the kind of performance of them. Policy 2 games, Nina or Timia, I'm making sure in the Dimbeco as team sheet and so. Juve on the other hand, Magia Allegri is not happy. But again, Pogba is back. Dusan Vlahovic scored in the game against Air Bologna.
Yeah.
And look at that header from Dusan Vlahovic. Baby or the ball on the two, you know. Chelsea Juve so upon all their crisis, almost so finding a way to secure points in a games or mobile in this area.
Okay.
Did you know these are the league games I'm a person meet me and probably September the transfer.
Victor Osimhen still scoring.
And you know he's reliable. So we see the last rumor stories about last week. Almost say Eric Ten Hag was not happy because so Osimhen in United the no so up an identical number 9 in there.
Okay.
But you know in all the transfer market. So we have strikers and you bomb within baby now. Hurricane quantity misiki a move to Bayern Munich.
Okay.
Obia na obia ntimi amfatika kese ankwanko for a striker na yinim at least Kylian Mbappe atena ewo Genoa watena ewo France. Karim Benzema ne move to Saudi Arabia. Robert Lewandowski is still there. The big boy in the Italian Serie A, Victor Osimhen. No, be any list. Go no there. So, Uncle Pierre job Man United and now Chelsea.
Okay.
Chelsea are still in the market for a striker. Matisse almost has on with me. Ivan Toney, the suspension now. And Chelsea are fan of the Naba become multi in attack. But you know, Victor Osimhen after excelling so well for Napoli, no be any so be move on. But you know. Aurelio De Laurentiis to play a fair ding until Eddie said to beat me up for them. But you know, next season, dear, I don't want to see Osimhen in this area. Wow. You need to move to the Premier League. No, so Babe Jessica at the Befie, Babe Show.
So it was just 3 goals, eh?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. First game he scored 2, and this one he scored that penalty.
In 2 games?
Yes.
All right. Was at the Emirates Stadium yesterday enjoying the game. After the game, Saka pleaded with Partey for such a blunder. So why blaming Partey now? Ghanaians should watch the game well. Kofi Amoa Edway Frigoso and Abraham said, please ask Andy for me. Saka was in possession of the ball, all right. But the guy was surrounded by about 3 Fulham players. And he wasn't progressing the ball. So even if you are an inverted full right back, why should you should read the game? See progression before you move, but Partey did none of that. Ben Edifrey Ofanko and Abeka program no ehun. Okay, you better so. What we want now, Nanka? What we games na man? You to me games in now.
Ben as no can. There's a rule, and the rule says that when Arsenal is in possession. It is not when Arsenal is overloaded, Dabi. And they say I overload Arsenal. And there was a particular middle. But when Arsenal is in possession, and Arsenal was in possession.
Okay.
It's sanity.
Okay, please. Andy has been analyzing, but he hasn't talked about a win. Chelsea. Please remind him for us. KERM. Kujo KERM, Domahin Crew, and the way about Chelsea ball Friday.
No, Saturday.
Saturday, you hold you up.
Chelsea stories are all transfers.
Yeah.
Romelu Lukaku is likely to leave and
than Frank. Only Roma deal, like
yes. Okay. More train Roma president and say, "Obi free Italy aba." No more be finalize the deal, no.
Okay.
Chelsea business kaka krebi. Romelu Lukaku 11.5 no, you know Chelsea no. Obeto so about 7.5. Now Lukaku sina kan 1 year loan for Tina. Your friend AS Roma. Yakase Roma in the absence of Tammy Abraham, they need a striker. Romelu Lukaku need to see more no aye adwumada. Already Omuniska for the market, Omuniko for Marcus Leonardo.
Okay.
And Manchester United tried to block that particular move until Lukaku hoda and Jose accepted Penimfua Pinto accepted the sporting director and the president of AS Roma accepted Tijinwa. Omo AS Roma president so beba na waba London no one not discussing we are not finalizing. Into check the front page of La Gazzetta dello Sport. Almost say ene Lukaku deal BBRB to me every.
Okay.
Manchester United airpay Marco Correa on loan. Here led back where Hoesi. Abrantia your friend Talia Malaysia pra Luke Shaw so pra until Oma Fred Chelsea Abrantia Omon Sabekana. But you know I don't think Chelsea will allow him to go because so also Kodia. Benchwell your bubble you are not even too sure he will complete 90 minutes. Yes, was a Benchwell or Bobo and 90 minutes crowd or
Benchwell.
Yes. Inti obviously obviously I don't think Chelsea will allow him to leave. Matissa Chelsea saying Jeremy Frimpong. You know, Malo Gaston they should have confidence in him for him to play because all your preseason games of boy Obobopa and the last game that he played against Luton Town there. But you know, I think that's all James or now Malo Gaston or her. You don't worry yourself again to go in for a right back. Omo no more because no beat me abo. And nimu hono na kwan da ni hia. But Mauricio Pochettino says games Ayabo in the Premier League so far, the best player of the Premier League is Raheem Sterling. For me, it is between Raheem Sterling and Jay Madison of Tottenham Hotspur. And you know, Andy Postecoglou so yeah Juma for Tottenham Hotspur. The midfield of Papesa, Bissouma, and then AJ Madison almost so put Juma so well.
All right. Talking about coaching, I think there's one coach the world should look at carefully, and that is Thiago Motta. The guy took over Bologna half of last season, and he won all his games against the top 6, including Napoli, the champions. They play beautiful football, and they are very likely to do what? Okay, Nana Kwame, 48 Engineers Regiment. Teshi Accra and anyway and so Brian and Kwame that is saying
no Thiago Motta he worked under top class coaches and he was ready to learn and on the field of play Obi are watching the from Frank Rijkaard to Jose Mourinho setup to Leonardo to working under Carlo Ancelotti and under several coaches of Paris Saint-Germain or you'll be our show leadership on the field of play until Juma or Yema Bologna no. For me, anyone.
Okay, no one is saying Partey, no one is saying Saka is not at fault, but Partey is also at fault. He shouldn't have inverted so quickly. The ball was in their half, and Saka was pressed by 3 Fulham players and facing his half as well. Ifa, the way for Kaswa and Abre. Ifa. Kaswa for movie program. Yes.
Your team we transfers 1 year. Your team we transfers. Oh, you know, Kaswa for no more time. Almost test me no more fair.
All right, Zakov Mohammed.